Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Intentional Outlier. My name is Sheila, and in this video I'm going to be talking about cash stuffing my 1 year ahead fund from my February 27th paycheck. So I've already in my another video talked about how I did my budget for that paycheck and how I figured out the numbers and where things are going. So I figured all that out and figured out how many denominations I needed, or how many of each denomination I needed, and then I took this list to the bank and they turned it into this for me, and then I brought it home and sorted it all out. So my 1 year ahead fund is 12 months worth of all of my bills, the cash spending that I give myself once a month, and a $200 cushion. It also works as kind of an emergency fund for me. That way, if something were to happen, I know that I have the money to cover my monthly expenses. Kind of the idea is to minimize the impact that something like that would have on my everyday life. And yeah, so okay, so for this time is kind of special because I did have a little bit of extra money come in for my tax returns that I just got. So that's pretty cool. And then, but with this one, how I figured out, I think I'll show you on this. So when I'm figuring out how much I want to get is I look at my trackers for my 1 year ahead fund, and I figure out how much money I would need for each month to fully fund that month. So I was able to finish October and fully fund November, December, January, and February. And then I had some left over for, I also do sinking funds. I have 29 categories for that one right now. What I have been doing since January 1st is I've been prioritizing my 1 year ahead fund. So I have been contributing $1 to my sinking funds every time money comes into my account, and then just directing all the rest of the money to the 1 year ahead fund. So that has helped me accumulate and meet that goal quicker. So that's kind of an example of me telling my money where to go, giving it a job, and actually watching how it grows pretty quickly. So the way that I have my 1 year ahead fund set up is I have two binders. One of them is January through June, and the other one is July through December. And in each of these, I'll just pull out October since that's where we're going to start this time. Each one of these has the plastic envelope with the month on it. So I bought these envelopes in bulk off online, and I have the the machine to cut the vinyl. So I went ahead and I labeled each envelope, and then inside of this is my tracker. So the tracker shows you each bill in each category and how much money goes towards each category. Holy cow. And then as I'm filling, I go ahead and I highlight them. So each dollar amount that I've already filled. So I have this envelope, which is this is my cash spending envelope. So I have 4 categories for that. It is food, gas, personal, and Merryweather. Merryweather is my dog. She gets her own budget for things. And then behind that, I have the bill money. So I just want to make sure. Okay. So how I organize these is I will have the tracker in the front, and then the cash spending money in the paper envelope, and then all the bill money goes behind that so that I can keep it organized. And then if I have a month where I have a little bit of extra, not really extra money, so if I have money that isn't quite enough to be able to highlight one of the categories, I'll go ahead and I'll stick that money in front of the paper envelope. That way it still has a job, but it'll just go towards the next time I stuff that envelope. But what I didn't do this time is what I did do is I forgot that I had this money here. So I'm going to set this to the side and I'll figure out what to do with this later, because I've already figured out the math and everything and already gotten the money that I need for today's stuffing from the bank. So I'll put this, it's $25. I'll just set that to the side for right now. So what I'm going to do is I also have a cheat sheet here that tells me. So this tells me how much I'm putting in each envelope, and then how many of each bill is going in each envelope as well. So this kind of helps me keep on track with what I'm doing. So let's see. So for this one, I need 2 $100 bills. And then I need, 4 50s, which is going to be grocery. And 6 20s. 2 of these is for or 4 of those are for Merriweather. 2 of them go with the bill money. Okay, so 10s, I get 8 of those. Part of it is for personal spending and part of it is for the gas money. 7 8s. And then some 5s, 8 5s, because Merriweather gets $25 a week, and then my gas gets $15 a week. So 8 5s. 1 2 3 7 8. And let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. It looks like I had another one there and $1 there. So that takes care of. I did grab a highlighter. I remembered the highlighter this time. Yay me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we'll highlight all of the categories, because now this one is gonna be full. Then go ahead and we'll put that in front. And then we will take the spending money and we'll put it in the paper envelope. Then we'll take the other money and we'll put it back with the bills. So that takes care of October. In November, we have so how I figure out the amounts for each category, especially with the bills, I do it based on historical values, what they have been in the past. So and then as far as the spending money, it's really it's kind of a guess, honestly. I like to put parameters around it just to kind of help control my spending a little bit more. And then the cushion is there just to kind of, like, if one of my utilities is a little higher than what I was anticipating, that cushion takes care of that. So that's kind of an idea behind the method behind the madness and how I come up with the numbers. The food, I have changed that throughout the years. It used to be, for the longest time, it was $100 a month. And then recently, within the last few years, is when I bumped it up to $200 a month. So, and then gas is $60, and that's just based on anything that most of the things that I do that I need gas for are pretty close to, I don't commute that far. We'll put it that way. So, which is, it's very fortunate for me. But So that works. I also have I have a gas category in my sinking funds too, so that if something, but there was an instance where I needed to use a little more gas that month, and that's where that money would come from. So, okay. So I give myself, for my food, I give myself $50 a week. And then Meriwether will get $25 a week. I need to get a couple more of those. And then $8.10 or $80.10. So this is my 1, 2, 3, 4. My personal spending and also part of the gas money. And then do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, and then 8 fives, which takes care of the other part of the gas money, and then Meriwether's money. So that's all of the spending. Categories. And then, let's see, we also need a $1 bill for this one. Okay, so. Okay. Just double checking. So. And then I'm going to go through, I'm going to highlight all of the ones for November. Okay, I'll throw this back in here, and then we'll move on to December. So, similar. Six of those. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then a 1. Okay. So I know I separate the two piles of cash. That way it's easier for me to, because I know the spending cash is $400, and then I know that the bill money is the $646 that I take to the bank to deposit for all of my electronic withdrawals. So in my brain, it helps me keep it separate and straight if I put it into two piles and then they go into their separate envelopes. And it helps me keep everything where it's supposed to go. So all the spending money will go in its envelope. All the bill money will go behind that. And then I'll go through and highlight the tracker, so that I know when I look at it later, I know that it's full. Okay. All right, so that finishes out July through December. That's a pretty good feeling, to be honest. Like, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'll set that to the side for now, and then we're gonna go back to January. Is the next one, and it looks like I need a new tracker for that one. Okay, so same thing. We're just going to 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. And then we'll do our 20s. Bills. 10s. And then our 5s. One goes here. Goes with the spending, and then $1. Okay, so that takes care of. So you'll see I have different kinds of paper envelopes. Some of these I printed from free resources online. Some of them, like the other ones, came with one of the planners that I had bought one time. So I just kind of use them out until they don't work anymore, and then I'll figure out something else to use. So that goes in there. This goes behind it. And then we'll go through and highlight everything so that I know where I am. So that goes there. Then we're gonna come back up here, and we're already out of February, and I have some money still left over in February's spending category that was in here. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the old tracker. I'm gonna like reset it like it's from scratch, like we're totally starting over. So I'll grab a new tracker for it. And then February, we're getting so we'll go. All of these are stuffed. And I'm going to go ahead and use a paper envelope for my spending money. Maybe. And then we'll do the tracker. And then we'll do this behind here. So what I'm kind of considering doing is building a couple more binders and increasing it to 24 months. I'm considering that. I haven't totally decided yet. I don't know. One of the things that I did differently this time is I did not deposit the bill cash from the March's cash envelope, because the way that my paycheck hit, I just took what I would have deposited, I just subtracted it from the balance in my checking account and decided that I would roll this money over into something else. Probably to go ahead and just keep in March and fund it for next time. But what I will have to do is, because I still have my spending money in here, so I gotta figure out how I want to handle that, because I don't really want to give myself the freedom to have all of it in my my spending wallet, which I'll show you what that looks like real quick. So this is what I carry around in my purse. It's got the categories in here, and some trackers. So, and yeah, so I don't know. Let's see what we have. Actually, we could do. Maybe we do. That like that, and then so that'll be the funding for next year. That'll push us out a year, and then I'll just keep this money in front of that and then pull from that. That'll probably work. I think that'll be just fine. I'll do is I'll stick the tracker behind that cash and just, that'll work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shift these ones to the back, bring the next month up. Ow! Jeez, they got me. And that will get us where we need to be. Continue on. And I just keep extras of the tracker in the back little pocket of this folder to where I can just switch them out easily. And it keeps the maintenance pretty easy on them. Okay, so that is it for my 1 year ahead fund and the cash stuffing for that. It is pretty cool that I have been able to get myself built up to a year's worth of that this quick. I wasn't expecting, honestly, I wasn't expecting to meet this goal this fast. Like I said earlier, it kind of just shows how setting the intention to direct the money towards that and make that one, whatever that thing is, make that your focus, and the money accumulates pretty quickly. So if there's any questions, please let me know. Please ask in the comment section. I appreciate your time and hanging out with me. And please like and subscribe. It's a new channel, so we're still growing. And please share the channel with anybody that you think may benefit from it. And again, any questions, please ask them. I'll totally answer. Okay, thank you.